very just pretty and nice and neat about you, and we have to get past that. I mean, now, granted, this woman she's older than you, but the word that and I go to this archetype at least once a week, maybe more, and even though it's usually applied to men, you have to tell me everything you know about her, this character, because it's a real character. Lee Israel really lived.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I mean, and I appreciate the challenge because this role was very challenging
yeah,
to me.
absolutely.
And on paper, I mean, like she's older, she's been rejected. She's worked very hard. Now nobody will hire her, so she can't even pay her bills. She's
Yeah.
alone.
Why won't anyone
She's
hire her?
um well, didn't she had a good book, and then she decided to do a biography on Estee Lauder, and Estee Lauder offered her a whole bunch of money to not publish the book, and she refused it, and then the book flopped,
Wow.
and so nobody, and after that, and also she was very difficult to work with too. She had
Yes.
one of those personalities that's very like
Exactly. And that's what
um
I think we miss in this. Just because of her, well, also she's a lesbian, and I mean that's just information. But
mhm,
there is an edge to her. There's a roughness. There's basically she's got a bad personality. I mean, she doesn't.
uh-huh,
The archetype I was talking about was the curmudgeon. So she's just there's something, she just doesn't give a fuck about anything except her cat. But also I think that what we have to address is this woman has a pretty serious drinking problem. So
mhm.
is she drunk in this scene?
I think she's on her way, like,
I think she is. She's probably been there all day, and
okay.
drinking. And he's got that line: "Look at you, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're drunk." And she says, "Oh, I'm hardly drunk." But God, drunks say that all the time. No one's
Right.
ever drunk. When's the last time you asked someone, "Are you drunk?" and they said, "Yeah." I mean, sometimes they do, but usually no. So I think that we need to go in there and messy her up. I want to see some warts here. I think when we do this next week, I would love to see you without any makeup. She doesn't
Mhm.
wear makeup. She dresses like a fucking truck driver half the time. There is, in fact, well, she's probably too old now, but I think that the perfect person to play her probably would have been Kathy Bates.
Mhm.
There's just, and I love Kathy Bates. I mean, just in terms of being able to kind of play these rough and tumble, crusty characters. And who knows, Arian, you may never play a character like this, but wouldn't it be fun to explore? Well, hey, I'll tell you what, they probably, when Charlize Theron was first starting out, I'm sure nobody thought that she would play the woman in Monster, Eileen Wuornos in Monster,
Mhm.
or Halle Berry in Monsters Ball. These are beautiful women. And it's unfortunate that they had to get so, I mean, Halle Berry wasn't hideous, but Charlize Theron was, and God bless her. I don't know, I don't know if it was this, yeah, I think it was this class, how she was a producer on that, and took shit from the money people about gaining weight. Yeah, they would pull her aside and say, "Oh, you're looking kind of," she goes, "Have you seen this real woman?" Eileen Wuornos was absolutely, it's just not attractive, you know?
Mhm.
So let's see, let's explore what it would be like to be inside the skin of an ugly person. This woman, and I've seen real pictures of Lee Israel, not a pretty woman,
Yeah.
and just and I think just because of that and that life experience, and she's extremely antisocial,
Mhm.
and it's interesting when you think, okay, this person is antisocial, and when we do our technique and we talk about, okay, is it a love scene and a power scene? And let me ask you, is a love scene or power scene?
Well, it could be either.
Okay, well, keep
I
in
feel
mind, if
like
it's a power scene, there's got to be something outside of the relationship that's more important than the relationship. So what would that be?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's
I
love
I
scene. I think it's a love scene. I
yeah, I
think
mean,
this woman. Yep.
and her obstacles are what keeps it from
Well,
her being able, like those are all her walls.
yes, her absolutely. And so the beats and actions are going to be more about testing and challenging and testing and challenging. And, I'm going to be this ugly to you and see, oh yeah, you pissed in the closet, you loser. You ruined everyone's furs.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can get past all of that, if he can see through all of that, then she might have an actual friend. She doesn't make friends easily. Okay. I think even a stronger moment before, she's probably been sitting there all day trying to figure out her next move. He sits down right next to her and it's kind of like, okay, well, that's kind of nervy sitting by me. Who the hell do you think you are? Huh. Yeah, so let's really, we got to crust her up. That's what I want to see. I don't know if I've ever seen that in a scene. Because we do have to plug into her prior circumstances. A woman that was just really on a roll, have to imagine she's got
Mm-hmm.
some talent as a writer. She's very clever. And for those of you who don't know the story, because it is a true story, she found a letter in a book written by the original, by Fanny Brice, who was an actress in the 20s. And she took it to a collector, or, bookstore and sold it for $400. And she thought, whoa, easy money. So she started writing all of these fake letters by celebrities. She had different typewriters, according to the font of the back then typewriters had a different font and he couldn't change the font. And she would take the pages, she would bake them in the oven to make them look old. And then she would take them to a bookstore and sell them, and then guess who turned her in? Yeah, her friend here at the bar, to the FBI. And so she had to go to trial, and it was just really horrific. So that's what I think we need to do, figure out what kind of a life would this woman have to have lived in order to be this way. And I have another scene from this, between these two people. And again, they're at the bar and he talks about her breaking up with her girlfriend or something like that. And he goes, oh, well, what happened there? And she goes, oh, she wanted things like I had to meet her friends. That was a huge problem. This gives you a ton of information about this woman. She is a beast. Yeah. If you had to sum her up in one word, it would be just a beast. So we have to find the beast in Ariane and see what that looks like. You're probably going to have to channel somebody else. We have to stay away from judging her. We have to, from a place of compassion, figure out why would a person, behave this way. I had somebody be a beast to me a few weeks ago. I was at at a garden center and I was looking for some organic vegetable plants. And the woman out front, she just looked, rode hard and, put up wet. And she's standing there. She was old. And I said, where are your organic vegetable plants? She goes, in the back. I went, oh, okay. So I go, and I'm looking and looking. I could not find one organic plant. They all said non-GMO, but no organic. And so I went back to her and I said, I can't find the organic. So she walks me back there and she points, here they are. And I said, well, why doesn't it say organic? And she goes, she grabs the thing. She's like, oh, well, I guess I lied. I guess I lied. And I very nicely, I said, oh, you didn't lie. You just didn't know. I left. But, I remember as she was going through this, I thought, God, what could have happened to this woman? And I thought, well, maybe because she's, 75 fucking years old and she's still working. She wants to retire. That's why she's in a bad fucking mood. I would be too. So, but I did, for whatever reason, I just had this, I don't always, but just a moment of compassion where I felt sorry for her. And, anyway. So we have to do that sometimes, explore what could have happened to someone to make them end up so ugly, Yeah. Any questions, Ariane? No.
I 100% agree with you.
Like, oh, I got some work to do here. Yeah, that's okay. Alrighty.